Hi everyone, this week we are going to be talking about multiplying and dividing rational expressions. So when you are multiplying two rational expressions like what you see here in example 1, all you need to do is write the product as one fraction and then simplify. So really, because this is multiplication here, and in between all of these there's multiplication, you can just ignore that these two fractions are even separated, and you can just make them all one big fraction. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to make this one big fraction. So now we can go through the simplification process that you remember from the weeks prior. And so I'm going to be looking for the same factors in the numerator as there are in the denominator. So I have an x plus 7 here, and I have an x plus 7 in the denominator. So those divide and make 1. That's why they cancel each other out. I have an x minus 8 on the top, but I don't have an x minus 8 on the bottom. I have an x plus 8, so because they are not exactly the same, I cannot cancel them. In the numerator over here, I have an x minus 5, and I have an x minus 5 in the denominator over here, so those can cancel. Now what we do is we basically just write whatever is remaining after all of that canceling. So in the numerator, the only thing I have left is an x minus 8. And in the denominator, all I have left is an x plus 8. So that is my final answer. The second example here, notice we have three fractions and they are all multiplied together. So that means I can basically ignore that they're separate fractions and make this all one big fraction, since all we are doing is multiplying them together. So there's multiplication between everything in the numerator and everything in the denominator now. So now at this point, I am going to go through and try to do some canceling. First I'm going to look at these factors. I'm going to ignore the numbers in the x cubed for just a moment. So I've got an x plus 2 here. That x plus 2, there is one on the bottom that will cancel with that x plus 2. I've got an x plus 1. Those can cancel. So I've got one on the top and one on the bottom. And I've got an x plus 4 on the top and an x plus 4 on the bottom. Now what I think I'm going to do is take a look at some of the numbers. I have a 4 and an 8. If I divide the top by 4 and the bottom by 4, I can cancel out a couple of 4's here, right? Because 4 goes into 8. So if I just divide this by 4 here, I get 1. And if I divide this one by 4, that's going to turn into a 2. Now I'm gonna rewrite this before I do any more simplifying. I am gonna rewrite it because it might make it a little bit easier for you to see. So I've got a 12 and an x cubed on the numerator. And on the denominator, I have a 2x times 3. So that becomes 6x in the denominator. Now we are not finished with this, but notice how much simpler this thing looks. So let's continue simplifying. I know if I divide the top and bottom both by 6, because 12 and 6 are both divisible by 6, if I divide this by 6, and if I divide that by 6, I can simplify those numbers. So I'll end up with a 1 on the denominator, and in the numerator I'll have a 2. Now I get to look at the x's, and I'm going to have one of these x's on the top and on the bottom cancel. If you remember your exponent properties, you can subtract. You can take 3, take away 1, and you end up with an x squared. Or you can think about this one as canceling with one of the x's up here, so there are 2 remaining. So my final answer for this is just 2x squared. I don't need to write the 1 on the denominator, since that's the only thing that's down there. It's just 2x squared. There we go. Now we're going to move on to division. When you are dividing two rationals like this, we have one fraction divided by another fraction. The key to doing this is to multiply. So we're going to change this to be multiplication. We're going to multiply by the reciprocal of the second fraction. So what I mean by that is you take the second fraction and you flip it upside down. Okay, so the second fraction here is going to get flipped upside down. And then I'm going to change the sign from division to multiplication. So that sign right there is going to turn into multiplication once I reverse this fraction, once I take the reciprocal of the second fraction. Okay, so I'm going to rewrite my problem. This is still division because I haven't flipped it yet, so I'm just going to point to that. Okay, so the first fraction stays exactly the same. So I'm going to circle it and make a note next to it that the first fraction stays the same. This one gets flipped and this turns into multiplication. Okay, so I'm going to rewrite my entire problem. In the numerator here I have an x plus 1 over an 8x times an x plus 2. Notice I did not change anything about that first fraction. Now I'm going to switch this sign to be multiplication, and I'm going to flip this second fraction upside down, or take the reciprocal of this one. It's always the second fraction that you take the reciprocal of. The first fraction is always going to stay the same. The second fraction you always flip upside down. So on the top, I will have 4x times the x plus 4, and the x plus 1 will go on the bottom. Now at this point, once I have multiplied by the reciprocal of that second fraction, I can change this so that it's all one fraction, just like what we were doing before when it was multiplication. Now we've got multiplication again, so now it's just all one big fraction, and I can do some simplifying from here. Notice there's an x plus 1 on the top and on the bottom of this fraction, so I'm going to cancel those. And I've got an x and an x on the bottom and on the top of this fraction, so I'll cancel those. And there's no x plus 4 on the bottom, so I can't cancel this. There's no x plus 2 on the top, so I can't cancel that. But I can still work with the 4 and the 8. If I divide the top and bottom both by 4, this will turn into a 1, and this will turn into a 2. So we're going to now write our final answer. I'm just going to go through all of the items on the numerator here and pick out what I haven't crossed off. It's just that x plus 4. And then on the denominator here, we're going to have a 2 and an x plus 2. There we go. There's our final answer. Last question, example 4. Again, we are going to flip the second fraction. The second fraction is the one that gets flipped upside down, or we take the reciprocal of this one, and then we switch the sign. So I'm going to rewrite the entire problem, and I'm going to reverse this second fraction, and I'm going to change the sign to multiplication. So the first fraction stays the same. I'm going to begin rewriting this. So we have x plus 2, x plus 1, x minus 8, all over x plus 5, x plus 6. Now I'm changing the sign from division to multiplication, and I have to remember that I have to flip the second fraction upside down. So these two items from the numerator, they're now going to be written in the denominator. So I will write those, the x plus 2 and the x plus 8. Those go down to the denominator. And the 4x, the x plus 6, and the x minus 4, they're moving up to the numerator. There we go. So now I get to change this all to one big fraction. Since now it's multiplication, that's the process that we're going to do. We just multiply by the reciprocal and then simplify. So let's start looking through our factors here. I'm going to start at the beginning. We have an x plus 2 here, and if I look through the factors on the bottom, I have an x plus 2 over here as well. I'm going to change to red so you can see it a little bit better. Did I cross that off? I've got an x plus 1 in the numerator, but it doesn't look like I have an x plus 1 anywhere in the denominator, so I'll move on. I have an x minus 8. I see an 8 here, but this is an x plus 8. Since they're not exactly the same, I cannot do anything with them. So I'm going to move on. I have a 4. I don't have any regular numbers in the denominator that I could simplify that with, so I'm going to move on. Regular x, I don't have any of those. X plus 6, looks like I have an x plus 6 in the denominator right here. And an x minus 4 does not look as though there are any x minus 4s in the denominator. So we weren't really able to cancel that much, but it is enough to simplify this a little bit. I'm going to now rewrite all of the factors that are remaining in the numerator and on the denominator. So typically we would write this 4x first. Because it's not in parentheses, we would typically write 4x. So I've got this one marked. I've got that written down. I'm going to write down the x plus 1. Got that one. I'm just checking them off so I know which ones I've written. I've got an x minus 8 and an x minus 4. All over an x plus 5 and an x plus 8. And you can always look over your final answer, make sure there are no factors that are the same in the numerator and denominator, and that's your final answer.